simple interest. So interest is just payment from an investment. So let's go over this. So simple interest is going to be just, well, the I is for interest. Put it in like this. So P is our principal. So this is either borrowed or invested. Now rate is for the R, and this is in percentage, right? It's usually given as a percentage, which we'll always make into a decimal. And then T is for time, and this is in years. Now let's go over the first example to see how we can solve for these. So example 1, a savings account earns a 2.1% rate for 3 years. So what is the interest with a $2,500 investment? We have this, right? PRT. Well, this P is our investment. So this is our principal, the P. Now the R is the percentage that we're given right here. We have a 2.1%. And what's our time? Our time is 3 years. So we're looking for interest, right? This is what we're solving for. So let's go ahead and start to solve. So we have a 2,500, right, investment. R, which is the 2.1%, and we're going to make it into a decimal. So just go ahead and do it in this step right here. 2.1 divided by 100. And then T is 3. So now let's go ahead and start to solve. And I'm just going to go ahead and make this into a decimal right here. Because we just know we need to move it over to the left too when we divide by 100. And this will make it a little bit easier when we solve, because we can get our calculators out and just multiply it straight across. And we get $157.50. And so that would be the interest after the 3 years. So now let's go ahead and look at the second example. So example 2, a person borrows $15,000 for 6 years at a rate of 4.5%. So what is the interest? Well, we have it, right? The principal. So our principal, right, we're going to put that as 15,000. Then we have our rate, right, the R. So that's 4.5 divided by 100, and time, which is in years, so 6 years. So we could put 6 right there. And let's just go ahead and rewrite this, because we're going to do this, and I'm just going to move the decimal over to the left twice. Let's get our calculators out. We have 15,000 times 0.045, and now times 6, and we get 4,050. And that would be the interest after 6 years. Now, let's go ahead and look at the third example. So example 3, a person borrows $4,500 for 30 months at a rate of 5.2%. So what is the interest? Now, remember that when we look for interest, right, we're always looking at time as in terms of years. Notice now in this one, we have 30 months. So what's a year, right? Well, it's 12 months. So all we have to do is actually just go 30 divided by 12, and that would be our time, right? And so our P is going to be 4,500, and then our R is going to be 5.2%, and we're going to put that over 100. So we can go ahead and start to solve. So what's 30 divided by 12? Right, so this will make it a little bit easier. 30 divided by 12 is 2.5. Then we have 5.2 divided by 100. Well, we're just going to move the decimal over to the left twice. So we're left with that. So our time is here, right? And this is our principal. And then this is going to be our rate. So let's go ahead and start to plug in our values. So we have I, which is equal to principal, which is 4,500. Our rate. And this time, so 2.5. Let's get our calculators out. And we get $585. So you can see how interest built up when you just borrow $4,500. So you would have to pay back how much? It would be, right, $4,500 plus is $585 after the 30 months, right? So that's what you're borrowing for the 30 months. That's how much you have to pay back.